Welcome to part 2 of Chelsi Shikongo Talks. My guests today are Lize Ehlers and Nepembe, where we are continuing to talk about women in entertainment. Maria, you were very open in 2019 about the fact that you were abused twice in your life. Once when you were 5 years old by your cousin, and then again when you were 17 again by someone you knew. Why did you decide to reveal that?
Girl, you have done your research.
Well,
you came prepared. No, I think for me, educating and people knowing that it can happen to anyone, and keeping quiet doesn't always. I kept quiet for the sake of peace. I didn't want anybody to get in trouble. I didn't want, and sometimes blame is put on us. What were you doing there? Why were you there? What did you? But you trust this person, right? And I wasn't abused. I was almost abused. I was almost raped, and then I was molested as a child. For me now, raising so many nieces, I make it a point to tell them, if somebody touches you here and if you get this bad feeling, you tell me. So it would be very unfair of me to just keep that with my nieces and then not share it with everybody else, because there's somebody out there that looks up to me and be like, Maria spoke up. I should speak up. You know, we should get past this point of where kids are constantly being molested and being used for sexual fantasies, and it just being swept under the rug. It should stop. You know, it's our responsibility to protect our children, and that's what I was doing.
Yeah, and it's such a personal thing, but you know, speaking up as a celebrity, what you do is, the word liberty, you literally allow somebody else to access their voice because you had the courage. And again, for me, it's so personal, you know, I get to decide, do I voice that or don't I voice that? But when I make that choice, what are the repercussions, you know? Do I enable another person to also hold their story back, or do I allow them to through seeing what I've done and how I did it with the steps that I took, like how is that going to help me and enable me to share my pain and put it out in the open.
I also was molested as a child when I was 5 years old, but I didn't even know it was anything of bad. I just enjoyed it because in my mind I felt like this is what children go through, and this is what adults do, because they are constantly telling you who you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to be. And I spoke up about it in 2015, and I started my own campaign called I Can Say No Namibia, because you can say no, but also the thing is, as Namibian girls, we're not taught what consent is. It's not something that I grew up with where I knew I had the right to say no. Even now as a young, I'm 24, I still struggle sometimes to say no, because I'm always in this constant place of like, just endure it, and then it's going to be over, and then you can just move on with your life.
Even now, as adults, very aware of what consent is. A man would ask you for a picture, and this is something I experience so many times, and I get super angry and super violent about it. Like, I'd literally push them away. Like, why must you hold my waist and then squeeze me? Like, as you're taking a picture, like, that is so inappropriate.
Absolutely.
You know, and to have men at that age, and for me at this age to still be experiencing something like this, it's crazy, it's ridiculous. You know, and I feel like men really need to be educated. They need to be told no so many times from being a child. Because we the way we raise boys, they're treated like eggs. They can't be told no, they can't do but as for women, we have to suck up everything. You have to be responsible for this. You're the grown-up, you're the lady, you're the what. While as men just live an easy life. And that it goes into their adulthood.
That's why I really like that saying, it's not boys will be boys, it's boys will be held accountable. So, and that was really why I did that song Fantastic Sam. Because like, why are we singing about women having to fight off men when we have to be speaking to men who should be better? Be better. Like, be your sister's keeper. But you don't have to carry all the weight of the family's finances on your back. But be able to voice your pain. Be able to say, I'm unwell. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel lost. I'm unemployed. Like, instead of going and taking out frustrations and raping another person, how about we just ask our men and our boys to be better, start talking, have less pressure of carrying all the responsibility. Like, I think it just all starts there. It doesn't start with us. You know, we're not abusing ourselves. So for me, it's just like really what you were saying. I just want to echo that because it's...
But how do we hold people accountable? Because now even in Namibia, the rape culture is very much embraced. It's very much, they don't even want to open a policy just to get the sex offenders registry implemented in Namibia. So how can we just come together? What can we do in those little spaces other than, you know, telling girls that, or even boys, that if this happens, you need to tell me? What else can we do?
I just feel like we continue name and shaming. We continue calling them out. We continue holding them accountable. We don't care how ridiculous we sound. We don't care how, what were you doing at his house? What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And the more we speak out, the more we vocal about it, the more forward we move as
representation,
as
visibility, those two things literally can change an entire country. Just the visibility and the constant mentioning of we are going to put this in place. This is going to become a law. This, like, literally just showing up. It's like the key to a lot lot of things.
Opening up conversations. These things never used to happen, but the other day in Parliament they're talking about consent. And as much as we have these leaders who cannot even tell you what consent is, who believes that a woman has no right to deny her husband sex for whatever reason. It's dangerous to be led by such people. But when you open those conversations, they're forced to think about it. They're forced to give it some sort of consideration. And that's how things change, by constantly speaking about them, opening up those conversations.
It's literally, everything in life starts with awareness. If you're not aware of the air, how do you know what you're breathing? You know, awareness. And for us, I think people like us just leading conversations and showing up and, you know, voting and even becoming president, we have to do the things.
Oh no, trust Queen.
We're en route.
Even things like that, like literally opening up that conversation of women can be president. How can you start your own political party? How can you register? How do you apply to, you know, why is it only like years of experience, and why is it only a certain type of person that can apply? Why can every Namibian citizen not apply to be the president of this country?
Google. We are older than Google. Go and Google the things and let us make the things happen.
It's not that complicated.
It's not that complicated. I hope so, because
it really is.
I will definitely vote for you. I don't even vote.
Maria, for president.
Why are you not voting?
Because I need to see change, Lisa. My vote needs to feel like this is because this is why I voted. There's a children's hospital. This is why I voted. You know, it doesn't align with my brand. Like,
so the more, you know, even like you don't necessarily have to vote for the leading party. But once you take a vote away from that and give it to somebody else, that's when they realize we are losing votes. And we need to pull up our socks. Because once they're comfortable and they're like, we have 80% of the population.
That's exactly why I go and vote.
They will eat the money. They will give it to their kids. They will do everything under the earth to make sure that Namibians stay poverty-stricken. To build a hospital. I mean, to build an office, a big office. Right opposite a
dilapidated...
I sigh every time I see it. But yeah, Maria, just run for president.
I will, girl.
I will vote. I will make a whole documentary me voting.
The only reason why I'm not running myself is because I was youth president once.
And then what happened?
The pressure.
I put the agendas forward. I put plans of action, and they were like, "Why do you think you can actually do the things? You were supposed to just have the talks, do the debates." I was like, "I'm not a talking person. I'm an action-based person." So I'm not naming and shaming here, but I put plans of actions in place, and the fact that I didn't get the backing, I was like, politics will not see me because I will start a violent campaign.
Oh my goodness.
So that's why I'm hinting, Queen.
Ready.
You're ready. You have the stamina.
Ready.
You can bulldoze. I will just support you there from either side.
I'll literally make a whole documentary of me going to vote for the first time.
Exactly.
So
I think
that's why. There's no political parties where women are on the front line. That's also why I'm not voting, because I'm just like, give me another reason.
Yeah.
But Chelsea, you need to vote.
I will.
It is your democratic right.
Yes.
And also, you might think your one vote doesn't make a difference,
but it does.
But trust me, it does. If everybody were to have that mindset that my vote counts, we'd be living in a completely different Namibia. But if 10,000 of you are saying, I don't see change, why should I vote? Those 10,000 votes could have been for a different political party that actually does stand for the people.
Yeah.
Which one?
We don't know. But it's up to you to decide whose values, which political party's values and what promises best align with you.
Yeah.
What's the change you want to see?
Is
and
it
what
PDM?
political?
Is it
yes.
landless people?
So you have to read they hand out these little party, what are they called? Flyers that have their implementations and what. You go through them, you read them, and then you see what aligns.
Maybe I'm still just traumatized, but yeah, I will give it a shot. I will give it a chance. I'll be open to it.
You have to.
When are we voting again?
I think it's
next year, 2020. Is it 2024?
2024.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's even 4 years, Queen.
Okay, sorry, like we're digressing.
Yeah.
Maria, you started your initiative opening the dialogue shortly afterwards. Was that done because of your personal incidents, or is it something you've always wanted to do because you thought there was nowhere? Sorry. I literally thought it was somebody knocking.
I thought it was like a pipe bursting.
It sounds like drilling. Hell. Okay, they're quiet.
Can we go?
What initiative?
Opening the dialogue.
Okay. But which dialogue?
Your initiative opening the dialogue.
I don't have such.
She doesn't. Okay, we digress.
I don't have that initiative.
Okay. Is abuse a big problem in this country? And do you think there's enough help for victims in Namibia?
Oh, aren't we the capital of abuse in the world?
Well, we're not, but we come pretty close. Yeah. Any small amount of abuse is too much abuse. There should be no abuse whatsoever. Yeah. Women should be living freely. They should be feeling safe. They should be comfortable to walk around and not fear that somebody would walk up to them and grab them and kill them and rape them and any of that.
Yeah.
And when you have police officers still asking you what you are wearing,
slut shaming.
We have a big problem in this country.
Back to slut shaming
and victim blaming.
And victim blaming, and people act like you don't get to know someone. Like a person invites you over to their house for a movie. We're watching a movie.
Yes.
How else are we supposed to get to know each other if we have plans of dating?
Exactly.
I'm not ready for sex. And then why were you at his place? I always tell women not to go to people's houses. How the hell are we supposed to meet our significant others if we don't? So every time we must just be at the movies. No alone time, no quality time. Cuddling, making out. We don't have to have sex, but we can get intimate.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's terrifying. I think we're all terrified actually. And that's why, having a 14-year-old daughter, I'm just like, how am I supposed to keep calm and carry on? I'm really struggling to keep calm and carry on because just social media and what the kids are exposed to, and I'm trying, I'm blessed with really cool kids who understand and communicate and do the things, but just getting home from school, I'm terrified, and it's unacceptable that in the 21st century we can't feel safe yet. We're not feeling safe yet. We're far from it. So.
No, it's ridiculous. I live with my 23-year-old niece, and every time she takes a cab to school, if I don't hear from her in 30 minutes, I start to panic.
Yeah.
And it's so weird that men would say, not all men. But then I always ask men, just quickly go in the street, and then you see 3 guys coming. What's your first thought?
Yeah.
If it's not all men.
Yeah.
We don't know which men, so you have to be careful regardless,
because
they don't have a stamp on their forehead that says rapist, armed robber,
safe person. We don't see it. We don't know.
So you suspect every man because
it's such a valid point you made. Like you don't know who's standing there with a knife behind their backs. We're trying to trust everybody. We assume everybody is a good person, but the reality is people are not all good people. So
Okay. Maria, do you think your skin color has any bearing on how successful you are in Namibia?
My skin color?
Yes, Julie. You are perceived as a lighter skinned.
Are you serious?
Woman. Yes.
I would say this is light skinned.
No.
I'm also like.
I'm like brown.
Exactly.
I'm brown.
I would just say black girl magic.
Yeah.
Like.
I do believe in pretty privilege.
Okay.
I'm not even trying to sound cocky or anything, but I do know that I'm pretty, and being pretty does make life a bit easier for you. People listen to you more. They're more interested in what you're saying. I'm not too sure about my skin complexion though, but apart from the fact that I work my butt off yet again, pretty privilege does play a small role in how far I've come in life. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same question.
Yeah. We all have our privilege. Yeah. Sometimes my privilege is just like smacking me around and be like, what up? But yeah, you know, we were talking about this in a race workshop we were doing with Alchemia. And it's just, you know, when do I conform to my whiteness for the situation to be easy? Sometimes I'm so tired, I just want it to be easy. So then I lean more to my whiteness, I blow dry my hair.
Love it.
But when I want to fight, when I want to show people, don't ignore my heritage. My Zulu heritage is very loud. Then I wear my braids, but then go to Swakopmund. Hey, you will have a tough time. As a mixed person with braids, suddenly your privilege is not as present as when you have your blow-dried hair. And people don't want to talk about it because it sounds petty almost, but it's not.
It's not, it's the reality.
People's real lives. And my privilege, I use it hopefully, mostly, you know, not for my own benefit only, but for the benefit of other people.
You're growing the industry.
I'm literally using my privilege to help other people.
Broadening your platform for others to be able to step on.
Yeah, definitely.
Lisa, what about motherhood? Do you think the fact that women have to put on hold whilst they have a child harms their careers?
I think it's a really tough space to navigate. I had my children, you know, I had my boy and then I adopted my girl, and raising teenagers now and trying to have my album come out, trying to just go to the gym. I'm overwhelmed. I'm completely overwhelmed because I want to be there for my children. I want to see them grow up. I cook a meal every day, no matter if I'm on outer space. I really try. But it's tough. It means I wake up earlier, I work harder, I do 1,000 things. And I know everybody's trying. But as a mother, I know that I'm leading by example. So everything I'm talking about, everything I'm drinking, everything I'm babbling, my kids, that's their lived experience. So my influence is direct. And that's why it's so important for me to be a message music maker. I can go and twerk because I'm not going to slut shame myself. But I don't do it simply because I'm like just focusing here on 1,000 things. You know, and that doesn't mean that you can't go and twerk and do the most in your branding. So I've had to make certain choices based on me as a mother, as a person, as a wife, as a, you know, it's been some really tough choices that I've had to make. And I wouldn't change it for the world, but it is a lot. It can harm and it can take away, and it definitely needs you to show up 5,000 times more than a normal, regular person.
Maria, you're raising your nieces. Has that put any pushback on your career?
Sometimes I have to be late for things like this because my niece's school teacher called me that I need to pick her up. But no, not really. I have a very strong support system. We're a large family that's constantly there for each other. So if I need to be somewhere, I can just call my brother. Are you at work, or are you free today? Can I drop off Lavinia? Can I drop off Aihe? And then I have a 23-year-old that lives with me. So when I'm not home and Lavinia is home, she watches her. So it's really just about the support system. And when I do have my own children, I don't think that would be an issue either, because I have this plan where... No, like throughout my pregnancy, I will not lift a finger. I will not work.
Can I slap you now, or can I slap you after the show?
Are you getting like the gold medical aid, or what's going to happen?
No, like I'm a woman that plans everything. So when I'm pregnant, I have enough money to just sit at home, watch TV, go to the gym, eat beautiful, healthy meals, have a nanny, a live-in nanny that rubs my feet, that whatever. And then when I give birth, my mom will come live with me. I'll have a live-in nanny. My mom is there. And then 3 months after I give birth, I start gymming hard for 4 months. And then I'm back to work. But while I'm pregnant, I'm writing, I'm creating, I'm writing. And so that by the time I'm ready to go back to work, it's just to implement.
I want that for you, and I want that for everyone.
Putting it into the universe. Literally.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Sounds
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I am gonna adopt, obviously. Just because I feel like you don't need to have your own children to be a parent.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm excited to not be pregnant right now and just like enjoying my life. Like, I'm so excited to actually be like, I'm turning 25 this year, so I'm so excited to be like, I'm in my mid-20s now, and I don't know like where life will take me tomorrow. Like, today is a gift.
Take this from me, Chelsea. Enjoy your 20s. Don't stress about the future. Yes, make the right decisions, because at the end of the day, they do impact your future. But enjoy it. Your 30s, that's where it's at. Your 40s are also here, like that's where it's at. You live your best life. I'm turning 34 this year, and I'm telling you, from 30, you're financially liberated. Your mindset is different. You're so much wiser. You're so much smarter, and life just works out. It's like you just step into your life. You know what the future has in store for you. Everything is so clear. So enjoy your 20s, my girl. Don't worry about the future,
girl.
Just live for now.
What's the advice? Just
that word indulge, literally indulge in your delicious youth, in your skin, in the opportunities, the health that is so abundant to you at this moment, and you'll carry that through if you take care of yourself. I mean, we're all taking care of ourselves, but it's literally like reminding yourself, I need everybody else's voice out of my head, because that was a big thing with me. I was always trying to please the parents, make sure the brand is intact, but for a long time I didn't actually know what Lize wanted. Does Lize even exist? I had that recurring nightmare. Do I even exist? And then I made a song. I exist. My body has the right to exist. And then you remind yourself, you have a right to exist. Like, enjoy the things that make you happy. Because I'm 35 turning 36, but I feel like 159. So just in terms of the lived experience. So flerp, my sister, flerp. And then when everything else, when you have to do mortgage and all of that, it's fine. It comes.
Mortgage. Yikes.
Bonds.
Okay.
In Namibia we say it's bonds, come on, mortgage.
I can't relate. I bought my house cash.
Hey, love to see it. Yay. So during our previous program, we had actresses Girly, Shazama, and
she's amazing.
Van Beek in on the show, and we asked each to set a question for you, and they wrote this.
Okay.
So you both have to answer the question.
Okay.
So from Sunette, she said, if you could give your 16-year-old self any advice, what would you say?
Is it to me now?
Yeah. Lize and then Maria. Your advice that you would give your 16-year-old self.
Go to the dance party. Eat the slice of cake. Run a lot. Laugh a lot. Be happy. Don't worry too much too soon, because it will come. But have joy. Experience joy when you're 16. And protect the hell out of yourself, girl. Like, make good choices, but have fun and experience joy. That's it.
I'll just tell myself, girl, you're doing the things. You're amazing. Honestly, I'm the kind of person that from childhood, I've been a rebel. Not like a bad rebel, but a rebel in terms of I do not wait for anybody's permission. I do not go according to anybody's rules. I do me always, and even at 16 I matriculated at 16.
Were you in Windhoek or in the north?
In Windhoek. And at 16 I was vocal. I played soccer. I was a tomboy. I was feisty as hell, and I had no idea what I wanted to be, but I just took it as it was.
Yeah.
And I would just tell myself, girl, you're doing amazing. The reason I am who I am today is because of the person you were at 16.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Girlie's asking, her question was, what is the one thing you have always wanted to do? What's the one thing that you always wanted to do?
The one thing I've always wanted to do, I've done everything I've wanted to do. I definitely want to financially liberate my family. And I know that sounds wild because we all want to liberate our finances to our family. But I know that everybody has their own journey, right? The fact that if I pay off all my family's bills, it won't free them emotionally. But that has been a dream of mine, to just say, here's a fresh start. Like we're all starting at the same starting point. Not 5 steps back, one with a broken leg, one with a broken heart. Like we're starting as a family together. That's a dream of mine, where everybody gets what they can do. They do it with passion. They show up. But we're starting at the same line. Like when you said you bought your house cash, we paid off our house. I want my family to experience that you don't have to worry about, is my house going to be taken away from me? Just that financial freedom. I wish that for everybody. That's my ultimate dream. So that you can human properly and not have to fight like some crazy giant all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you.
Maria, what's the one thing?
Is there a one thing? I think in life there's a bunch of things we want to do. Travel, have good jobs, have family, whatever. But I think one thing, I wouldn't say if it counts as something I want to do, but to always be myself, to always be true to myself, to be whoever I wanted to be, and not conform and not be, like, just be you always, through and throughout anything and everything. Just be yourself.
Nice. Very nice.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. That's amazing. For me, I think just going to therapy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one thing I want to do, because I feel like so many of my things that I really want to do is driven by fear. So I want to like learn to let go of that fear.
Yes.
But that fear is sort of like, I need somebody to constantly tell me, Chelsea, you can't do it. And I feel like in therapy, I do, but then I also get tired. And then it's like for example, I really want to learn how to swim. Because I see when people swim, it looks so therapeutic.
Yes.
But the idea of getting in and actually doing it, I need somebody to, you can do it, Chelsea.
Yes.
You can.
You're
really
safe.
And I don't even know if there's like adult people, like swimming classes for
there
adults.
are. There are.
Yes.
What do you mean?
In Namibia,
there are.
Hermine Ilago, one of my favorite people, she literally started cycling for the first time in her life as an almost 40-year-old. And for me, that's brave and beautiful. That's the joy we should all experience. So girl, go do the swimming.
I will do it. I'm already registered at Virgin Active, so I'm like one step like already into
you're literally doing the things. Yes.
I wish you all the best. You should.
I wish you all the best too.
Never let fear hold you back. You must take it heads on, like face it.
Fear must
Tell your fear.
be that.
Tell your fear, Kuja.
Where were you when I was 5?
I'm here. I'm here now.
But
I'm here now.
Also, if you need a number for a good therapist, I'll hook you up, girl.
Thank you. I'm also gonna go get health insurance. So we're doing the things this year. It's like tired of saying like I'm just like that. I'm not just like that. It's something I was taught.
Yes.
Survival mode. So.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much for appearing on Chelsi Shikongo Talks.
Thank you.
This was so like amazing and wholesome and like therapeutic and like wow. This is probably how people feel when they're high. You know, they're like,
it's a good high.
Like this is some
it's a high without repercussions.
Information.
You've clearly never been high, but neither have I. Wink.
Well, I'm snort attacking. Wait. But this is a good high. This is a very
no, I really had a good time.
Maybe that's one of the things we should want to do. Like once in your life.
Once in my life.
Yeah.
Once in my life.
A wink.
You know, we are good people. But I mean, yeah, I had such an amazing time. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us,
and
Chelsi.
making time. I really, really appreciate
it.
Well done.
Thank you.
This was a great conversation.
Yeah. It's been a real pleasure discovering more about you. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
That's it for this episode of Chelsi Shikongo Talks.